No, I was curious, Sam, like how important or how much of a game changer was Bands in Town, the mobile app, with you? I know that I I follow you on Bands in Town, and that's been a great way for me to keep tabs on where you're going to be playing and how much did that change the landscape?
So I think it made it easier to make sure that that people who wanted to follow you could do that. But it also helped me out because the integration of Bands in Town with my website, like it all, I only have to put the schedule in one place. I don't have to put it in multiple places. I would love for it to be integrated further with, like, my Facebook calendar, like, because all that has to be inputted specifically and by itself and all of that. But it was a game changer, and it's like any other tool. You have to make use of the tools that you're given, and the opportunity is what you make of it. It would be, one of the things that I think, with talking about capturing people that you may have resonated with, like what you were saying, but the forms. I think there's an easy way to do that now, and it's all tech based. It's a tool, like, right. Everybody's got a phone with a camera on it now in their pocket. QR codes and NFC, like that's a technology that can be used to make streamline processes, right? So it's all about the length of transactions and how many clicks to get it done, right? That's the opportunity that you have to capture that data. It has to be quick. It has to be easy. So if you think about it, and you end up with like a QR code that just says two questions. Hey, did you enjoy this? Yes or no? Cool. Do you want to learn more about us or stay connected with me? Yes or no? Boom. And it automatically does it. Like, so
Yeah.
there's no, oh, let me type this out. Because most people will get apathetic because they're like, oh, I'll do that later. And then they forget. Right.
Yeah.
So it's all about trying to capture all of those opportunities as well. And so, like any other tool, Bands in Town kind of led me to thinking about how I could use other tech tools and other things to make sure I stay connected. I'm better prepared to capture information or to give my information to people. I can just give them that link and just say, hey, by the way, my link to my website's on there, my socials on there. But the information that you want, the meat that you ask me for, is
Right.
right here in the forefront.
And it's
So
interesting, Zach, I know you have not been out and about as much as other folks, but it's amazing the resurrection of the QR code with COVID. Because now, Zach, when you go to a restaurant, they don't pass out menus. There's a QR code that's taped onto the table. You scan that, and then you view the menu with your phone.
yeah.
Uh, so it's interesting how technology is really kind of evolved a lot. But go ahead, Zach. You're muted again.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can capture that type of information, with folks, I mean, it's huge, and it's amazing how just really the big difference with big business and small business is their ability to respond faster. I mean, they have
Correct.
teams of people that can do this, whereas like Sam, it's you doing it, or it's me doing it with Start Wheel or my business. We only can go so fast, but
Right.
it's just yeah, that's the part that stings a little bit. It's like we wish that we could move faster, but all that stuff is so important. I mean, they're doing it because it works.
Right. Right. And they also have, so they do have the human capital side of it, to like they have more bodies to manage all the different things, but also they have, it's all about the evolutions and like the generations of their thought processes and strategies. And so, like, each strategy that you have, unless you have to start from scratch each time, should build upon the lessons learned from the last strategy, right? And that's one of the other things that I think a lot of musicians don't do, is that they kind of get in this rut. And we love being in a rut where it's like, hey, this is where I'm comfortable and I'm going to stay in this space. But if you don't get uncomfortable, you don't really learn. You don't struggle through some stuff, which is, I think, a lot of small businesses and musicians right now, they're struggling to get through this. But it's forcing them to evolve their business model. They're now asking me for like questions, like friends of mine, peers for years, who had no interest in the business side of music. They just wanted to be an artist, and they were a purist, as it were. They were just like, oh, music, that's, I don't need to make money. This is great. Like, I'm fine. And now they're like, oh man, I should have paid attention. So Sam, what are you doing that's allowing you to be, more business minded in your career? And so having those authentic conversations now, people are really interested in getting the knowledge to take what they have now to the next level. So they're ready to grow. And that's, I think, an important realization for a lot of musicians is like, take yourself seriously as a business. Focus on the opportunities that you have in front of you and capitalize on every single one of them. And if you don't capitalize on them, that's okay. Don't take it hard, but learn why you didn't. And then make sure that the next time that opportunity shows up, you capture it.
Yeah, I mean, especially now more than ever, as restaurants and breweries and wineries, they continue to open up. I mean, really, it comes down to it's just really simple. They're going to book acts. They're going to bring in the
Right.
crowd. And the crowd is going to spend money. So I mean, it's so important for you all to your craft has to be just solid so that you can attract people, you can
Yeah.
retain people, you can keep people spending money. Otherwise, you might find yourself as a one and done and not be
Right.
invited to come back.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that you've always done really well. Your sets are always really long, and you don't give people a break
You
to
got to
head
hold them
for the
hostage,
door.
man. Hold them hostage. You know, you don't need a break as long as your bladder can hold it. But